Good morning, my colleagues, friends, and students. I'm Dr. Hope from Abia State University, Uturu, Nigeria. And today we shall be looking at the muscles of the pectoral girdle and the upper limb. Muscles of pectoral girdle and upper limb. The muscles of the pectoral girdle are grouped. There are the muscles we refer to as the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder. So we refer to the first group as the extrinsic muscles of shoulder. There are other groups that we call the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder. Then we look at the other group, and this other group we say we look at we are now in the arm, so we try to compartmentalize the arm, put it into anterior compartment, of the arm. I will look at the posterior compartment of the arm. Then we look at the next group. The next group of muscles, we look at them as we also compartmentalize them, which is we are now in the forearm. We look at the anterior compartment. We call it as the compartment of the forearm, and we divide them down into anterior compartment, we have the lateral compartment of the forearm, and we'll have the posterior compartment. So if you come to the arm, you compartmentalize it. You have the arm divided down into anterior compartment and posterior compartment. While in the forearm, you now have three compartments. You have anterior compartment, lateral compartment, and posterior compartment. When you now enter the hand proper, you now look at the hand as the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So that is the last group. The last group you have is referred to as the intrinsic muscles of the hand. So all these are the different groups of muscles you have in the pectoral girdle and the upper limb. You have the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder. These extrinsic muscles, you can also refer to them as the muscles that position the shoulder region. And you have the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder. You now look at the compartmentalization based on the fact that some of the muscles of the arm does not really conform with the origin and insertion of these muscles. You also look at the forearm as compartmentalization, but when we get to the posterior compartment of the forearm, we look at it via the function, the muscles as they are arranged by their function. I will also give you the posterior compartment I will also look at it. We'll also look at it based on their function. Then we'll look at the intrinsic muscles of the hand. Then we'll move with the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder. Please, I would like to beg for something. If I give you these muscles, please, I would like you to check your Atlas of Anatomy or any of anatomy textbooks to confirm if these muscles actually conform to their origin and insertion and their actions, and also you can also look at their innervation yourself. But for the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder, the first muscle you have is referred to as the trapezius. The trapezius is the first muscle of the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder. And these extrinsic muscles, one good thing about them is that they will originate from the axial skeleton and they will insert on either the scapula or the clavicle. I take it again. The extrinsic muscles of the shoulder will originate from the axial skeleton and insert on the scapula and the clavicle. So all the muscles I'm going to give you, look at it very well. Their origin is on the axial skeleton, their insertion is on the scapula and the clavicle. The first of them is trapezius. And the whole of the muscles I'm going to mention for you, they are 59 in number. So they are 59 in number. Trapezius has gone. The next muscle is called the rhomboid muscles. The rhomboid muscles, you have two of them. You have the rhomboid minor and rhomboid what? Major. Then after that, you have three. You have the levator scapulae, 3, 4. You have serratus anterior. You have 5. Pectoralis minor. You have 6 serratus. You have 6 the subclavius. So these are the 6 muscles that we refer to as the extrinsic muscles of the shoulder. First of all, they take origin from the axial skeleton and they insert on the scapula and the clavicle. Trapezius, rhomboid muscles, which is rhomboid minor and major, levator scapulae, serratus anterior, pectoralis minor, and subclavius. The trapezius inserts, they took origin from the vertebral column and insert on the spine of the scapula. While the rhomboid muscles, they will insert on the vertebral border of the scapula. The levator scapulae helps to elevate the scapula and it will insert on the angle, the superior angle of the scapula. While the serratus anterior will take origin from the sides of the ribs in a form of fan shaped and go and insert on the anterior surface of the vertebral border of the scapula. The pectoralis minor will take origin from rib 3 to 5 or 2 to 7 in some cases and will insert on the coracoid process, while the subclavius will take origin from the first rib and insert on the inferior border of the clavicle. So the next group of muscles is what I'm going to give you now. Next group of muscles, we refer to them as the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder. When we say intrinsic, it means these muscles will be generated from the scapula and the clavicle. So the intrinsic muscles are muscles that will take origin from the scapula and the clavicle and go to the humerus and insert. They will also take origin from the thoracic cage. So where is the origin? We have origin is scapula and clavicle, clavicle and thoracic cage. They will now insertion is on the humerus. So this is the point of insertion. So which muscles are there? You have one. You have the subscapularis. You have two. The supraspinatus. You have three. Infraspinatus. You have four. The teres major. You have five. Teres minor. You have six. Pectoralis major. Subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major, teres minor, pectoralis major. You also have seven. You also have the latissimus dorsi. You have latissimus dorsi. Subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus. You have the teres major, teres minor, pectoralis major, latissimus dorsi. And is there any other muscle? No. So these are the muscles of the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder. Okay, you also have one I'm missing out. You also have the deltoid muscle, and finally you have number 9, the coracobrachialis. You have the coracobrachialis muscle. Then these are the complete muscles, which we refer to as the intrinsic muscles of the shoulder. If you look at your atlas very well, you will see that these muscles took origin from either the scapula or the clavicle or the thoracic cage. Subscapularis, supraspinatus, infraspinatus, teres major, teres minor, pectoralis major, latissimus dorsi, deltoid muscle, and coracobrachialis. Then the next group of muscles are what I call the muscles of the arm, which is the compartmentalization of the arm. So look at the look at the muscles of the arm. How do we compartmentalize it? You have the anterior compartment. The anterior compartment has two muscles. One, biceps brachii, and you have two, brachialis muscles. So these are the two muscles found on the anterior compartment of the arm. Then we'll now look at the muscles of the posterior compartment of the arm. Look at the posterior compartment. Of arm. We have just one muscle there, which is called the triceps brachii. So for the arm, you have biceps brachii, brachialis, and you have for the posterior compartment, you have the triceps. Because why I compartmentalize the arm, the muscles of the arm, is because of the fact that the biceps brachii did not take origin from the humerus. It took origin from the scapula and went down. So, and its point of insertion is on the radial tuberosity. It has both long head and short head of bicep. Then the brachialis is the one that took origin from the humerus. While for the posterior compartment, one of the heads of the triceps also took origin from the scapula. So from where we call the infraglenoid tubercle. So this is what I have for you on the arm. Then we'll now look at the muscles of the forearm. Look at the muscles of the forearm. Look at the muscles of forearm. Then we look at their compartments. Look at the anterior compartment.